Hello, everybody. This is Kody from Fishin, a Merfolk Podcast. We have gotten ourselves a special letter from Stsung from the Czech Republic here, and so we're going to go ahead and open it. So part of the reason that I'm opening this one on camera, I mean, obviously I've opened like Rogue Artificer on Twitter sent me a little care package, but one of the main reasons that I'm sending this here is I'm going to talk about a little project that we have going on here at the channel. This is just a normal 4x4 binder, and what kind of set this off was there's a YouTube user named Millmaster on YouTube who has done a full history of magic per Merfolk. And so basically, like, what I've been doing is been going through, and I've been getting, every Merfolk ever printed in the order that they've been printed. So obviously, Lord of Atlantis is here, but I already have a play set in my decks, so I'm not gonna get a second set of Lord of it. So basically, what I'm doing here is, as you can see, I'm getting a play set of each of the Merfolk as they've been printed. So we're going basically just in order, and then every once in a while there's some that are out of order, and that is because a later version was printed with a foil. So I think coming up here, Rootwater Matriarch was printed in Tempest block. But I like the foil a little bit better, and the artwork is a little bit better here. So I have the 10th edition version instead of the Tempest version. And so besides that, there's like these are non-foils here. But there are some cards like Sea Hunter, which would be here, which are incredibly expensive, like $30 for foils. So I'm gonna wait on that one. Because a lot of these Merfolk, as we're going through this list, you're going to see that they're kind of cheaper and not quite, they're like 10 to 30 cents each. So, it's a little bit better than paying like $30 per card. So I'm just kind of showing you what I've got so far, and I'm pretty much through alliances. This is pretty much it here. So there's Apocalypse is where I'm starting in here, and again, Empress Galena missing because just Empress Galena is, I think, $40 a piece. So I can't really justify right now paying over $100 for a playset. So but Stsung reached out to us and has sent us some foil Merfolk. So we're going to go ahead and open this up and see what's here. Obviously, we have a Jade Bearer up front here. Let me go ahead and move the mic a little bit closer so that way you guys aren't trying to wonder what I'm saying. And I think that's it that's it. All right, so let's see what Stsung sent us. And I apologize if I missay that. I'm you're a casual, ignorant American, and all right. So this has been very meticulously packed. I do appreciate that. So on top, we obviously have a Jade Bearer here. Jade Bearer is a pretty awesome card. Seeing some play in fringe Merfolk builds and poppers, so it's good to have around. Ooh, there's a foil Fallow Sage, which is actually coming up on cards that I'm going to have to start looking at. So Fallow Sage is actually really good in a lot of decks, especially decks that can kind of force tap Fallow Sage. A little overcosted, but it's not a terrible magic card there. But this is definitely a good one. Let's see what we got. Deep Tread Marrow. So there's a foil Deep Tread Marrow. I really like the art on this one. It's so the Deep Tread Marrow are are so they're not part of the Ink Fathom school. So the Ink Fathom are the ones that dive super deep to get treasures in the Lorwyn block. And I like the flavor text. My success at navigating the dark meanders irritates the Ink Fathom school. They consider themselves peerless divers, but I try to remind them that they cannot own commodities like bravery and cunning. So this is just kind of a cool card where he's kind of fighting the status quo, and he's definitely kind of becoming, or showing that he's a little bit better than the average Ink Fathom diver, and just having the little jar of fireflies is super cool. So next we have a Scroll Thief. It's a great common, and this is definitely an all-star in a lot of draft formats. Just gets in and draws cards, and it's a 1/3, and it's definitely worth having in your deck if you're playing a core set that implements Scroll Thief. Next we have Triton Fortune Hunter. This is a Theros Merfolk, and in Theros, the Merfolk were referred to as Tritons. And Heroic is definitely a really cool mechanic that kind of showed itself a little bit here in Theros, and it was a mechanic that just kind of rewarded you for playing like auras and instants and sorceries, and this was kind of a battle cruiser format, but it's definitely a cool Magic card, and I really do like it a lot. All right, another Theros Merfolk here. We have Crackling Triton. This is definitely one that was kind of more on the okay camp than the good camp, but unfortunately, a lot of Merfolk, especially from Theros commons and uncommons, just kind of weren't like super up there in quality. They were just kind of there, and they were well represented. Like there were lots of them, but just they just didn't quite match up to being like super good cards. So next is another Theros Merfolk, Triton Shore Thief. It's blue for a 1/2 with just a wall of flavor text here. The Theriad. Triton Shore Thief was definitely not a high pick in many regards at all, but it is a Merfolk, and it's definitely one of the Tritons, and it kind of harkens back to Merfolk of the Pearl Triton, just kind of being your basic Merfolk that you just kind of have around, and you don't pay a whole lot of attention to, but it's there and it's unique, and it's Triton Shore Thief. So let's see what our last card here. I think our last card, yeah. Oh, it's a blue card. What a shocker. Oh man, it's a foil Augur of Bolas. So Augur of Bolas is actually super cool. I've used it in EDH a lot, even in non-Merfolk decks. Augur of Bolas, when it enters the battlefield, you look at the top 3 cards of your library, you reveal an instant sorcery from them, and you put it into your hand, and put the rest on the bottom of your library in any order. So this is super cool. Just like Augur of Bolas is kind of just like a filter effect. It's a 1/3 blocker. It's such a good card. I mean, all around, like as far as commons go in draft formats, and even in Commander, this is just such a good card to kind of filter your draws and get to things that you wouldn't have normally gotten to. And again, you can see kind of the in the art here, you can see the Abidant here, but with like the little Bolas dot in the center there. So that's pretty cool. So we definitely got some sweet stuff here. Now a lot of this stuff is unfortunately later than I've gotten in my collecting here. So I'm going to go ahead and sleeve these bad boys up and have them. I do have a pile of basically sleeved common and uncommon foil Merfolk, but I do again thank you to Stsung for sending these to us here at the channel. We definitely appreciate it, and we're going to direct you at the end of this video to watch some of Stsung's videos there's lots of drafts and lots of legacy gameplay. So I spent the last couple of days kind of like watching some of the stuff on the channel there, and it's super great. So definitely check it out. Probably the only the only by Tessung's own admission, the only English speaking Czech content creator. So go ahead and subscribe to that channel. Definitely appreciate you guys following the channel and watching our videos, and we will definitely get these added to the collection. So thank you very much again to Stsung, and thank you very much for watching. We will see you next time.